There are a couple things that you should be aware of if you are injured on an LA Metro bus or LA MTA or any of these other regional LA County buses, like a commuter bus. The LA Metro ones in particular, you should be aware that this is considered a government entity, which means that you will want to file a claim with Metro within 6 months of the injury. I'm a California personal injury attorney. I've handled a number of cases against bus companies, including LA Metro. The reality is I've never seen them settle without litigation, but you do need to file this claim. The claim can get a little bit tricky. You can look it up online. They do have a form. We have a way of doing it to ensure that it can't be used against us later. I filed many of these claims. I can't think of a single case where they've actually negotiated with me afterwards. Every single case I've had to litigate. So I'm just telling you that to keep that in mind. Another thing that you want to do in these cases, or what we do as a law firm for our clients, is we send a letter to Metro right away or as soon as possible, asking them to preserve any video or evidence that they have in the case. This is important because Metro, these buses have cameras all over the place. Inside the bus, outside the bus, they're recording everything. And the video can often be very helpful in showing what happened or confirming what happened to my client. So let's say that the bus driver causes an accident or even is in an accident with another vehicle and there's a dispute about what happened. But my client's a passenger. So my client was just sitting in the bus. The video could show not only the accident, but could also show what happened to my client, like if she got knocked off of her seat and confirming how she was injured. So that's why the sending a preservation of evidence letter, that's what it's called, to MTA to make sure that they keep the video is extremely important in cases like this. Another thing is that after the accident, you want to make sure you tell the bus driver, or oftentimes the supervisor will come to the scene and report your injuries, report that you were on the bus, because sometimes they'll give you a card or some sort of information to confirm you were on the bus and that you were injured. If you don't do this, sometimes there will be a dispute whether you were on the bus at all. Obviously, if there's video, that could show it, but ideally they'll give you some sort of report number confirming that you're on the bus, because there may be a dispute if the video gets lost or destroyed. There could be a dispute that you were even on the bus. And so you want to make sure you have whatever evidence you can showing it. Also, take photographs at the scene if you can. So if you can take photographs of the other vehicle involved, if there is another vehicle or any damage to the bus, things like that. Get the name and identity of the bus driver. I know a lot of people, they call me up and they say, oh, the police showed up, the police got all the information. And I always tell people, you can't always rely on the police, unfortunately, because they might not end up writing a report or getting information. I've seen many, many times where the police don't interview a key witness that my client was aware of, but my client never got that witness's information. So unfortunately, you're gonna have to take it upon yourself, try to get witness information, get the name and identity of the bus driver, take photographs, things like that. And then obviously you're gonna need to get medical treatment. If you have injuries that require treatment, I recommend going to an ER or even an urgent care if it's not an emergency, and then following up with your doctors to make sure, because if you don't get medical treatment, there's no case. If you're not injured, there's no case. It's not whether you may have been hurt or something terrible could have happened. The evidence in the case is what did actually happen to you. And the way we show that is through the medical records. If you have questions about your case against LA Metro or any of these other bus companies, reach out to my office, howelljustice.com. Free consultation, no pressure. We'll just go over your options.